Pack a bowl, my friend, and don't forget to pass that blend. Pack it up, my friend, and then we'll ride up and we'll smoke in the ashes in the end. Pack a bowl, my friend. Pass me that blend, would you? Welcome back in, y'all. It is good to see you here on Sunday, as always. Been a pretty good weekend for me. I hope y'all have had a good weekend. Not too many fires put out. Everything was pretty decent around here. Just the normal chores and things of that nature. Got to be a little bit lazy last night, and those times don't come around too much. So I enjoyed that for a little bit. Here today, had some things to do, but we are right back at it with y'all here. Gonna show you the new wrap that I promised that I made, and we're gonna take a look at that. And then whatever else comes from the hip, who knows? But today I am smoking my Peterson Dongle Rocky 221. This is a nice little pipe, y'all. I really like the Rocky rustification that Peterson does with their pipes. It's real aggressive rustification and real bumpy and thick, and I don't know, I like it, y'all. It's a smaller pipe, but it's great for, you know, a not too long of a bowl. You just want to get some in, like today. Got a new blend I'm going to show y'all. But I really like the way Peterson does their silver bands, nickel and silver bands. The way it's, they've got their stamp on it here, it says Peterson. I don't know if y'all can see that. But real thick, you know, a lot of bands that you see on pipes, it's kind of thin and kind of chintzy. But Peterson, they don't hold back. They have a nice thick band right here, which I appreciate. And it looks really nice, along with a vulcanite stem. Does really well. This thing is a bit of a spit magnet, though. You know, you have some pipes collect moisture a little easier than others. I'm a wet smoker either way, I figure. But this one here is a spit magnet. It will, anything that gathers up right here just immediately goes down, and you start to gurgle. And you know, some of you may be okay with the gurgle, but it annoys me. It's annoying to y'all to get the gurgle. But in the pipe is a Kentucky blend. It's actually a blend of Burleys and Virginias, which they call a Kentucky, by John Cotton. It's called John Cotton's Double Pressed Pipe Tobacco. Now, I got this one in when I ordered that Firestorm, and they're both kind of almost the same, y'all. So between the Firestorm and the John Cotton, now John Cotton's is made by Sutliff. They don't give you a real description of it. They just tell you what's in the blend. That's it. Most of your blends will give you a description of what it's like, and, you know, the 10 note and all that good stuff. They don't give you no description about this one here at all, either on the website, at least where I go, Tobacco and Pipes, or on the tin itself. But I will tell you, the tin note is real reminiscent of a weak form of your old dark fire. Now, for those of you that know the Old Dark Fire by H&H MacBain, it is a very, very strong blend. Um, it will kick your butt if you're not used to any nicotine. And very, very strong barbecue flavor to me. Really rich and real savory. Uh, John Cotton's and Firestorm, if I can say so. Um, this John Cotton's Kentucky pressed, which, oh, I forgot to mention, it's a crumble cake. And it crumbles. Not as good as Shanae's cake, but still crumbles fine. Um, Basically kind of dry too. Doesn't take much drying time at all. But so John Cotton's reminds me of H&H Old Dark Fired, but in a weaker form. Um, so it's a lot smoother. If you do like to grab an inhale every once in a while, like I do myself, it goes down a lot easier than the Old Dark Fire. Still savory, but not as rich, not as in your face. Not something that comes out and slaps you around and lets you know it's there. But still really good. So if you enjoy Old Dark Fire, but you're looking for something just a little less aggressive, then I would definitely go ahead and recommend John Cotton's by Sutliff, their Kentucky crumble cake pressed. Yeah, I did get that wrap done, y'all, and I struggled with it for a little bit on things that I wanted to do. I had gotten a couple chances here and there throughout the week to kind of sit down at the work table and kind of figure out what it is that I wanted to do. Everything I do, for the most part, yeah, pretty much, is all a custom job um, from the get go with me. I don't use any patterns. Uh, I just kind of, I have an idea in my mind, and then I try to lay it all out, lay it all down, put it together. Drinking some Black Rifle coffee, y'all. Um, Either way, got some pictures to show you, and we'll go through those, and then at the end, I'll show you the finished wrap. But let's get on over to look at those pictures. Now, as you know, we finished up with Mr. Ronnie's pipe wrap right here. These are the cases that I normally like to make. Things of that nature right there. And, I really enjoy doing those. Now, like I had said, Mr. Mark Cox, he does some phenomenal work, y'all, and he makes a lot of the traditional wraps. And he had made a mention saying, "Hey, I'd like to see your take on a more of a traditional wrap." And to be honest, I've never done a trifold wrap, and I thought, yeah, I should go ahead and try it, see what happens. So I went ahead and started R&D in one up here. Got down to the drawing board, as they say, y'all. Sat down and started drawing things out on. I use a real thick, I'd call it construction paper to draw things out and measure things out and make a pattern, which I can transfer to the leather. So I sat there, and like I said, a couple nights last week. When I get home after work, I got a couple hours. Like I said, I gotta be choosy on how I spend those hours. So I grab time here and there to draw things out, measure things out, how I thought it would all come together. And there I am in my Craft room. But I chose to use an oil-soaked leather along with a brushed leather, and I'll show you an idea of that later on here. What I mean by brushed leather, and for those of you that don't know, um, but I pulled out what I had, what was going on, and started measuring out and cutting, and I decided that I wanted to put a splash of something else in there. Um, I could have made a traditional wrap that you know looked all one color or whatever, but I wanted to add a little splash of color besides the brushed leather that I was using. So I chose this alligator print that I have to incorporate into the wrap itself. And here's another picture of it. Now you can see it's all kind of starting to come together if you look closely. So right here, and to be honest with you, y'all, I did go online and I looked at different trifold wraps and how people were doing them because I've never done one before. So I had to get some ideas. And what they did a lot is the majority of the whole wrap would flap over to protect everything on the inside. Well, the way I decided to do it, I realized I didn't need a full flap from the top to fold over everything. All I needed was a place to flap over and protect the pipes, because I did decide I was going to go ahead and make two pockets, one zippered pocket and one just an open pocket. And so all I would need is just that one flap. So I chose to use that alligator print as a flap to come over and where the two pipes will sit. And all right, here we go. I struggled with how to close this pipe. I could have used snaps. I could have used, snap enclosures, Velcro. I could have just you made it where you tied the two ends together after they wrapped around, which is traditional. Um, but I just couldn't get myself to do that, y'all. I chose to try and stay as traditional as possible without having to tie it. I mean, can you imagine, y'all? You open up the case, you get out what you want, and then you put it all back together and you tie it back, and then you realize, oh, I forgot this, forgot that, whatever it is you wanted to do. Oh, I need a pipe cleaner, and I done closed it all up again. You'd have to untie it again and pull it all open. So I thought, trying to stay traditional without having to tie it all, I chose a buckle. And so right here you see me putting the buckle together where it's gonna, the small piece of buckle here. And then I made a belt end for the other side. You'll see that later on. And right here I'm getting ready to go ahead and sew that buckle end to the outside of the wrap. This is that new machine I told you that I got, y'all. It is an industrial machine, so there's no frills. It doesn't look pretty. It's actually green. I didn't I didn't understand why they wanted to paint it green, but regardless, it's fine. It's just a tool. And but this thing, like I said, will rip and snort through probably 20 ounces of leather. I'm telling you right now. So two pieces of 10-ounce leather together, saddleback, some skirts, put them together, it'll punch right through it like it's nobody's business. So is it kind of overkill for me in sewing this brushed leather? Yeah, it is. But regardless, I use this machine over my others. So there you can see I'm sewing in place. I was going to put a rivet in the middle, but after I sewed it, I realized it ain't coming loose. So I don't need any rivets in the middle to back up the sewing. So right here, I'm getting ready to, well, I am in the process of sewing a piece of that alligator print where the pocket for the pipes is going to be. Now, if you look closely, you'll realize that I already sewed that buckle on, and I just happened to sew it right where the pocket was going to end up. Well, I didn't want to interrupt my buckle design on the outside, so I decided to just cut that pocket out right there so I could sew it and end off right here. And it's fine, it works. I actually ended up slicing it at an angle later on, and you'll see that. So right there you can see two pipes in it. In fact, my Dongle Rocky's in there, and my Morgan Bones straight pipe is sitting right here. Now I did realize that normal, we're going to call them normal pipes. Normal pipes will fit just fine in this wrap. Now I am kind of glad that someone like Mr. Greg Tunnel is not getting this wrap. Because it definitely wouldn't take a church warden. I mean, you could. You'd have to separate your stem from your pipe and put it in that way if you were just hell bent on taking a church warden out with you that day. But two pipes right there, two normal pipes. I mean, I suppose if you had a really long Canadian, some Canadians are, pretty long. It would, push the limits of this wrap. But either way, two normal pipes fit just fine in there, real comfortable, no problem. And here I am deciding to build the zippered pocket. Now the zippered pocket I figured would be a place where you could put your pipe tamper, your lighter, pipe cleaners, and whatever else you wanted to put in there. Because those are smaller items, you need to zip them in place so they don't fall out. And in a tri-fold traditional wrap like this, technically things could fall out. So I wanted to make sure that I put a zippered pocket for those small items. And here I am sewing it up, sewing the zipper in place, and kind of laying it out right there. So laying it out to play it out, and make sure everything, is going to sit right. Now the other side was just going to be an open pocket, and you can put a full tin of tobacco, a round tin. Now a square tin, I don't have one up here downstairs, but a square tin fits real good in here. Fits real nice, real comfortable. I did notice towards the end there that a nice round tin, any of your normal round tins, kind of bulk up the wrap a little bit, y'all. So if you choose to put one in there, you can do it. It bulks it up, and I'll show you that later on. And here I am sewing the zippered pocket in place after I figured it was all going to work. Actually got a little video of that. Give me a moment to light my pipe while y'all watch this video. If you're just listening right now, There's no sound. I turned it down because all you're gonna hear is the sound of the sewing machine going. It's not a big deal. But this machine sews so slow if you want it to, and methodical. It's just so precise. It's a walking foot machine for those of you that know about walking feet, and they're great for heavy materials and leather. You can use it on lighter materials. Um, you could sew just anything you want with the right needle setup and the right thread. But for leather, a walking foot machine is almost a necessity. Nice and slow around the corners is to make sure you are following your line. Now I am using a very thick thread. Um, I can't break it. Normally I'll grab thread and test its tensile strength by putting it between my fingers, and I'll try and pull it apart. The thread that I'm using is a T90 number 92. Basically a thread you would use for upholstery and leather, of course, vinyl, canvas. Um, it's a very strong thread, and I can't break it with my fingers. If I would have tried any harder, I probably would have cut into my skin. That's how strong this thread is. Well, anyways, y'all, you get the drift there. I'm gonna go ahead and skip on past this. Okay, here's a little sideshow. Here's my two buddies, y'all. My dog Freedom and my cat Lily. Um, they basically they gotta follow me anywhere in the house or on the property. Um, Lily's my little hunting partner. She goes out with me when I go hunting for rats at night. Ooh, which reminds me, little side story here, y'all. Last night I went out, and I always take my. I have a CO2 operated pistol with a magazine that holds about 30 BBs in it, and I use it along with a flashlight to hunt and shoot mice, rats. Um, they get out and they want to try and get into the chicken pen and eat any leftover chicken food. They're in the chicken pen, and yeah, that's not going to happen. So I go out there, and when I see them, well, I shoot them. Well, what I noticed is my cat Lily. She likes to go out there and hunt with me, and of course, whatever I shoot, well, she brings in, and it becomes dinner for her. Which my wife does not like, does not like at all. A couple times she brought her kill, my kill, into the house, and she likes to eat it on the carpet. Yeah, not good, not good. I get yelled at. But I tell my wife, I said, let her finish, and then I'll clean up whatever she hasn't finished, and we'll throw it away. For some reason, she doesn't like to eat certain parts of the guts. Everything else, she eats. Amazing. But she'll go out there with me and she hunts with me. If I go to one end of the fence, she goes to the other end of the fence and she waits. So if I chase them back her way, well, she's got them. If I shoot them my way, well, all she's got to do is come over and snatch it up when it's done. But she's my little hunter, y'all. She goes out with me every night. Just amazing. Amazing. And that's my dog Freedom right there, if I didn't already say that. He's a Dalmatian. He's a big old fat softy. Not a good watchdog at all. If I had thieves come in the house, he'd probably lick them to death and then show them where the TV is. but he's a good boy. So continuing on, y'all, we're looking at the flap of this wrap. This is going to flap over the pipes to protect the pipes as you fold over things, just for added protection. I know some people are really particular about how their pipes are protected and whether or not the bowl gets a scratch or whatever. I personally think it adds character to the pipe, but that's my opinion. But we'll put a flap over top of it to protect the two pipes or one pipe, whatever you choose, that gets put in the wrap. And I use that same alligator material. So that'll flap over those guys right there and take care of them. Now I did use a strap back. That's the alligator top of the alligator. They call it a strap back strap. It looks pretty cool. It looks pretty nice. Now, I had to put my little name in there somewhere, y'all, now that I got my stamp. So I took a piece of, scrap leather, stamped out my little handcrafted by the Johnny P. We'll cut that out and we'll put that on the wrap a little later. Right here's a little video showing you that this is brushed leather. There you go. So, it'll make marks in it, but it'll just brush right off. So if ever once in a while you wanted to go ahead and just brush it up, bring it back to life, so to speak, if you wanted to, you could do that with a brush or whatever. That brush that I was using, y'all, a little story about that. That was my father's shoe shining brush. He gave me two of them. Like I said, he passed away in 2019 in December. A couple days before his 92nd birthday. Didn't quite make it to 92, but he was ready to go. He told me he wanted to go, so he got his wish. Either way, he loved a good shiny pair of boots or shoes, whatever he was wearing. He always wore, like a leather shoe that you could shine. And he had these two special brushes, made in Italy, that he had damn near as far as I can remember, y'all. And when he got towards the end of his life, he gave me these two brushes and said, John Page, take care of these. And I did, and I do. And so I really don't shine my boots or any shoes. So I use them in my craft room to brush the leather, to clean off my workstation, things of that nature. Either way, quick little story on that. I do like those brushes, and they belong to my father. Well, right here, I went ahead and starting to build the belt portion of the outside to attach to that buckle. That is a double piece of material right there that I sewed together. I could have done just one, but it seemed kind of flimsy for a belt. So I put two pieces together, sewed it together, and right here I am punching the holes in it for it to work with the buckle. And right here is basically the end product, y'all. Now you can see that belt and buckle goes together real nice. If you had to get in there, it's a lot quicker to get in versus tying it with the two long straps. Put my little made by over here on the top left hand corner right there. I do like the way it turned out. Turned out real nice. I think that it has that traditional flavor in there. Looks real nice. It'll wear really well. That brushed leather, just no matter how much you handle it, no matter if you drop it in the dirt, whatever, it seems to build a lot of character over time. It wears really well. Um, it's not easily. I mean, you can't tear it. It's if you could poke a knife through it, but I don't. I wouldn't see any reason why you'd want to. But I mean, it'll last the rest of your life if you take care of it. Um, right here, I go ahead and I open it up and I show you what can be put in this wrap. 2 pipes, lighter, tamper, some pipe cleaners, and a tin of tobacco on the other side right there. Fits real nice. Fits real nice. It is slightly bulky with a round tin of tobacco. Um, but it goes together, and that's why I made that belt a little long in case the wrap did get bulky. Then you had extra belt there to take up for whatever bulkiness you would have put in the wrap. And there is the flap down over protecting the pipes. Now you can see kind of how bulky it is right there from the side view with that round tin of tobacco in it. But it works. It works just fine. Uh, I personally would have put a square tin, but I know majority of tins out there are round. For some reason, my square tin of Old Dark Fired, which is what I use every day, I just crumble up some Sinead's cake in that tin, and I use that tin. Works just fine. It would perfect in there. The round tin does too, but it's a little bit bulkier. Now, of course, if you had some Captain Blacks, maybe an old Codger blend in the fold up plastic wrapper, whatever they use. I have some back in here. I can't see it right now. It's buried probably back in my stuff in my little cellar here. But it'll fit perfectly in there. And that of course will be even better. If you wanted to take a Ziploc baggie or your favorite little pouch, fill it full of tobacco and put it in that area, that works too. There is basically a nice little picture of the final product right there. So I did enjoy making that. It was fun. Um, like I said, each thing I make is custom. I don't save the patterns. There's a couple patterns I have saved over the years, only because I knew that I would be probably making more. But when I make pipe wraps and um, things of that nature, to me, I don't save the patterns. Each one is unique. Each one is custom. So this one is no different. So whoever gets this wrap, just know that I probably won't make another one like it. So you'll have the only custom Johnny P wrap, most likely. I might make something similar to it, but it won't be exactly the same. Um, and I like the way all these materials came together, the two different styles of brush leather, the oil soaked and the brush leather, and then that little splash of the alligator on the inside. All came together good. I'm going to go ahead and show you it in person. So here it is in person. Real easy to unbuckle it. Just unbuckle like just any other buckle you'd undo. Comes undone if it doesn't catch up again. There you go. And you unwrap it. Trifold, like I said. Let's show you this. And like I said, you got that flap up here. And you can take, well, let's grab a little dongle Rocky here, and you put it in place. And it holds it real tight, real nice and tight right there. Just flap back over it and protects it. If I don't know, maybe if you had this zipper right here that could cause any problems with the pipe. Anyways, this right there, the flap's going to take care of it and protect it. It's a softer leather underneath, so it does real good. Like I said, on the other side here, we got a place where we could stick a tin of tobacco. Just take that, stuff it right in there. Does really well. And on the other side, a zipper pocket where you can take and, put your lighter, tamper, whatever else you want to put in there. When you're done, fold it all up and buckle it up. And done, ready to go again. Got the old little handcrafted by Johnny P right there. I really, when I got close to the end, I realized that my little brand, we'll call it, probably should have went right in the middle on the back side, but it was too late. I'd already sewn and done everything, so in the end, it went right there to the left as you're looking at it. Either way, there it is, y'all. It's finished. It's done. And for those of you that have stuck around to the end, put your name in the hat. And we will get this thing out and given away for the next GAW next weekend. And there you go. Nice Christmas present for somebody. Maybe if you've already got a really good wrap and you should win it, maybe you wrap it up and give it to someone else for a present for Christmas. Either way, there it is, y'all. Another Johnny P wrap done. But like I said, had a lot of fun doing that one. I'm thinking next time, y'all, this next go round of being creative, I think it's time for stems, y'all. I want to get back into building some stems, and I've got a couple pipes of my own that I want to build some stems for. I got a new piece of ebonite that I want to use, but I'm going to go ahead and build up while I'm doing it. Build up, I don't know, at least two cob stems. Yeah, for the Missouri meerschaums, most likely fit your traditional and your country gentlemen's, and we'll get those out in the future. And like I said, everything comes around full circle, and it's been quite some time since I've done any stem building, so it's time to build a stem. I'll probably do stems next. It's a good blend, y'all. If you like dark Kentuckys, that John Cotton's by Sutliff, Kentucky pressed. It's like I said, it's a lighter form of Old Dark Fired. It's a good one, just to sit back without going straight into the aggressiveness of the Old Dark Fired. But thanks for sticking around towards the end. I do appreciate I'm going to go ahead and just show you no. This may have been a little strategic on my part, but I was listening to Greg Tunnel, and he was talking about how there's people, and I guess I'm gullible when it comes to this. He was saying that a lot of people on YouTube will go around and they'll look for the words "ga," um, and they'll just put their name in for every giveaway that they can find. It doesn't matter what it is; just they can get something free. So I'm probably not going to list anything as a GA because of that, because it makes sense. Um, I would like to be giving my things away to my subscribers, to the people who are who like to sit down, light a bowl, and chat with me, and you know who you are. Um, so that's why here in the future, everything I do will be announced towards the end of the video. Because most people, they don't have a long attention span. In fact, I know I can go into my YouTube analytics. It's crazy how they do this, but they can tell you that the longest anybody watches my videos that I have seen is about 7 minutes. So 7 minutes of a video. My video right now is at 41 minutes. So 7 minutes. So they're basically watching a little bit of the beginning, and then they skip through, and they get bored and they go on. So this is for those of y'all who have sat down and have chosen to dedicate a little bit of time with me. And my way of showing you that I appreciate it is being able to do my hobby and then pass it on to y'all. So in the end, in the future, I'll be announcing any GA towards the end of the video. Maybe weed out some of them people that are trying to get in on some free item on the internet or on YouTube. But that's what I'm going to do. Other than that, y'all, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Sunday afternoon and going into the evening here, and do some things, start thinking about my next projects that I'm going to get on. Probably going to spend the rest of this month doing Christmas projects. I know my wife wants me to pull down. We haven't, y'all. It's it's the 10th, but the second week into December, we haven't decorated for Christmas at all. And my wife told me this morning, she wants me to pull down out of the attic all the Christmas decorations, and we're gonna do it up. And I gotta admit, y'all, I am somewhat of a Scrooge when it comes to this stuff. You get it down, you spend a whole entire day decorating and getting things pulled out and things put away and back in these totes, and you put everything back up in the attic, and then yeah, somewhere around the 26th, 27th of December, you start tearing it down and getting ready for the next year, and you put it all away again, and that's just not fun for me, y'all. I don't find it fun at all, especially since the kids aren't going to be here. Nobody's going to be here around for Christmas. So with me, I'm like, why do it? um, but my wife, it's one of her favorite times of the year, and if it makes her happy, then that's what you got to do, y'all. That's what you got to do. Happy wife. Say it with me, y'all. But either way, that's what I'll probably be doing for the rest of my evening here, is pulling all those Christmas decorations out and getting those so a wifey can get on that, and then I'll put everything back. But that's what we got to do, y'all. And another thing we got to do is, I got to tell you, take care of yourselves, y'all. Don't forget to put your name in the hat for that wrap. And until next week, y'all, we'll see you. Take care of yourselves. Pack a bowl, my friend. And don't forget to pass that blend. Pack it up, my friend. And then we'll light up and we'll smoke in the ashes in the end. Pack a bowl, my friend. Pass me that blend, would you?